Hi everyone, welcome back to Dungeon Delvers, the cheese. Oh my Jesus. Wow, I've not done that in a week.
Cheese.
Welcome back to the cheese. Welcome back to cheese. Hello, welcome back to the channel of geeky people who delve deeper into the realms of Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! We are here today with the cast of the Icewind Realm of the Frostmaiden campaign. Say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Hello. That was a great entrance.
Hello.
Yes. Continue liking and subscribing to the Dungeon Delvers channels with a Z and the YouTube channel, because if you're not done it yet, why the hell not, mate?
Why? You fucking doing?
I'll tell you what, Ollie, you take it away. You tell people why people should subscribe. Go.
Because otherwise I'll fucking go to your home and.
Anyway, so and next time. Yes. Anyway, we appreciate all the likes, comments, and subscribes. Please carry on doing so as you were nicely, because it helps us and gives us motivation to do stuff, and why not? Has anybody got any announcements for tonight? Or are we all good to go?
I'm good to go.
I believe we had a few technical issues last time, but that should all be sorted out, and yeah, we've got a kind of like reason why, but technology happens and things happen, so life. But anyway,
By the way, guys, we have a new character photo for Jackal. Oh my god!
Yes, that's the announcement.
Woo!
That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, carry on.
Cool.
That's all, folks.
So, all of you and Spellex found yourself amongst a skirmish with a small group of heavily armoured orcs, ambushed between the route of Karkarok to Bryn Shander to collect the bounties owned and to conduct further business on their own. The orcs quickly sprung upon you with spears, bows, and a large bone spear held by the leader. You all made quick work of the hunting party, although it was not as all it seemed. One of the beheaded orcs from Sayer's Blade began to twitch and shift, reincarnating a blue familiar light that brought this figure back from the grave. As it awoke, the orc faced its final demise. The party cautiously made their tracks over the main bridge, once what they passed on the first go, spotting the dead corpses of the ice troll still littered with bodies of the tradesmen and civilians. Battling the blistering cold over the tundra, managed to eventually find their way back to a sight for sore eyes, the town of Bryn Shander. Entering the town using Sentry's quick wit, announced a business with Speaker Devessa Shane, granting them early entrance. Not wasting any time, you all set out to Devessa Shane's home, being welcomed in by Sheriff Markham, you made your way in. Being questioned by Markham about the destruction of the goblins, he was not satisfied with the proof you've given him. But as payment for bringing the town tinkerer back into Bryn Shander, you received 300 gold pieces to share amongst you by Speaker Shane. Shane and Spellex spent some time talking about their new proposition in the town. As some time passed, you waited for them to finish their conversation. Sentry knocking on the check gave the go-ahead to wrap up the conversation and any business she had at that moment. You all left pockets heavier. Spellex headed over to his new friend's place, or his sister's friend's place, to find a base camp for his new venture. Making your way to the small gnomish house. I know, yes. Small gnomish house. A female gnome with long blonde hair and red puffy cheeks greeted Spellex, his long lost friend, and that is where we last left off.
Yeah.
So, as you last saw Spellex kind of like knock on the door of this very small cobbled house, he kind of with open arms greeted this gnomish figure, and she kind of like walks out of the house and looks at all of you and goes, "Oh, hello there. How is everyone?" And looks at all of you just individually. She's only about 3 foot, by the way, so she's absolutely tiny, and looking up with red puffy cheeks and a blonde hair kind of piercing through with these lovely delicate robes, and stares first at you, Sentry, and goes, "You're rather big, aren't you?"
I'm gonna nudge Jackal and say, someone smaller than you.
Jackal punches Willow on the shoulder.
You have to jump up to do it.
You can make an attack roll if you wish.
No, I'll punch her so it just about, and I'm talking by like 0.0001%.
Even if you push
doesn't
me,
do
you're probably
damage.
like,
Okay. That's fine. You feel a slight knock on your shoulder.
I just give a little cackle.
That's fine.
You did my role, Auckland.
I've totally forgot that she...
Jackal rolls for initiative.
Roll that initiative. So the kind of gnome comes out, and Spellex kind of walks out and so I suppose I should let you know who this is. This is Margaret Thistlestamp. It's an acquaintance of mine. We have basically organised to set up my shop here. So this will be my new home quarters, and that's Margaret spelled Margerette, and then Thistlestamp is Tistlestamp.
Yeah, me and Luke had the same fucking reaction when you said that name. We were like,
I was like, yeah, okay.
this doesn't help.
That's fine. I will.
And she's
I'll pop it in the chat. So
Gnome.
And she's a gnome.
she's a gnome.
She's not a gnoblin.
A gnoblin. No.
Not that you know of.
Anyway, I was going to say, yeah, don't trust nothing.
Imagine if she is.
Just transforms again. Fuck's sake.
They're all goblins, or are they gnomes?
Is everyone a fucking gnome or a goblin in this goddamn universe?
And
Why do you think
Spellex
it's
kind of
winter?
looks at all of you and goes, "Well, we'll be setting up business here, so this is kind of where you leave me. This is where me and Duvessa have made arrangements, so I stay and work on a few of her projects, if that's okay."
Well, the end of the agreement here, Spellex, if you had the special items, I believe.
Well, we have made an arrangement, and I'm sure if you come back in a few days, I'll have something for you. And he kind of gives you a big wink, and he goes, "Business partner."
We may not be here in a couple of days.
Well, I haven't got anything for you prepared right now. I'll have to find some things together. That is why I said a few days.
Well, I'm sure we can find something to do here.
Well, I'm sure you can. You seem to be busy. I mean, you found me, or the other me, and then found me, kind of thing.
I mean, I just want to sit down and have a drink.
I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad idea if before we leave, we just, pack ourselves up and get ready.
I don't see why not. Actually, sleep in a warm bed for once.
Well, I'd offer you mine, but it's rather small.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be okay. And Sayers gonna walk. But is the door like really short, or is it just like a normal sized door?
It's a really small door. It's about 4 or 5 feet, if that. You can tell this establishment is made for gnome hospitality, so it is not made for anybody else of larger size.
So there's gonna be like, well, and he's like looking back as he's walking out. I'm gonna wait for you guys outside, and then as he goes out, he goes. Like he bonks his head on the door frame. And he's just like, yeah.
You take no, I'm joking.
That's fine. No.
And
Take 10 bludgeoning damage.
And as you kind of just having this conversation, you see Margaret just kind of like looking around, and goes, "Well, I'm going to take a bit of care of him now. Can I get you anything to drink right before you go? Perhaps a warm, one of those hot chocolates. Anything like that?"
Say, you might want to come back in.
Ah!
I said
Hot chocolate!
Hot chocolate!
How long are we gonna be at this bloody place?
Well,
I want a drink.
And have you just walked off from the house? Just look further on.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Okay.
I'm like shouting in.
I was going to say, just to kind of put you in this picture, you're about 5-ish feet away, probably 2-3 feet away from the door, some of you, and obviously away from Spellex and Margaret.
I like pop my head in.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, I was going to offer you some hot chocolate if that was okay, but it's fine if you don't.
I look around to the others. Say, how long are we actually going to be here for?
Well, I'm not planning to stay here all night.
I have business elsewhere, and I don't drink, but thank you for the hospitality.
Oh, Oh, it's okay. You can come back anytime. I'm sure Spellex will have something for you next time you come back. And he kind of looks at Spellex, and Spellex goes, oh, yes, absolutely. Come back. Like I said, in a few days we'll get you some refreshments, and I'll have something special for you.
I'd like to insight that, please.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
This Jackal's just lurking in the background, listening to everything.
Yeah. You seem to have trust issues lately, Jackal.
Yeah.
I wonder
19.
19.
Yeah.
Are you inciting both of them, or just Spellex?
Just Spellex.
Okay, so 19 for Spellex. So you look into his eyes, and you kind of see the way he's gesturing forward, and you can kind of see he's being truthful to the extent, yeah. There's no kind of like shimmering or twitching of the eye or gestures to mention otherwise.
There's going to just say, just for as I see Jack kind of concentrating, like, well, I'm going to go find the nearest pub because I haven't had a drink in a week.
Well, I'm.
Well, let me join you, and I'll go outside.
Yeah, you hear Spellex kind of like, well, we've passed the North Lock. I'm sure they're still as good as they used to be, from what I remember.
Thank you for the recommendation. He just kind of, as he's walking past, he just signals with his hand.
He goes, bye now, bye. And are you all leaving, or are you just you guys?
I'll follow Sayer to.
Yeah, I think it's just
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is left at the establishment of Margaret's?
Just before I go, as everyone's walking off, I'll walk off as well. But I'll say to is Spellex standing there still?
It's just outside, kind of like waving just out the door, like a friendly neighbour.
Yeah, I'll just say to Spellex quickly. It depends whatever we get up to. It might be a few days before we come back, but we'll be back to say hello, and then I'll be on my way.
He'll kind of like gesture and nod and say, "Oh well, I hope so." And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And you know, it's nice to see a friendly face again. And I'm sure I'll have something for you. I promise.
Jack will follow the others.
Cool. You follow the others. Is Athena following you as well?
Absolutely.
Cool. And last is Sentry. Are you still there?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna give a nod and continue on with everyone.
So I would say, who's got the biggest insight? Sorry, the passive right now. Jackal, on the way out,
Me.
you do hear Margaret, before the door closes, going, "Oh, he's rather big, isn't he?" And then he shuts the door.
Who are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Well. So.
By the way, I've still got the egg following me.
Oh my god!
Yes, you do. And thank you for reminding me. Right. So, I would say at this point, with a crag cat as well, the egg kind of doesn't draw as much attention. It's more so Jackal's animal that is giving more attention. As you're walking through these streets and kind of as civilians pass you in Bryn Shander, you see the kind of like side eye of this crag cat, and then you kind of just see this double side eye of this like egg like. But then, practicing spells and magic isn't that unheard of in this town, as you would assume.
Yeah,
as there is other things going on around you. So as
It's just a floating egg.
Yeah, as you've been walking around this town, there is all sorts of like things going on in terms of like sleight of hands and some magic shows, some side stalls. There's all sorts of weird and wondrous things. This being the main centre of one of Ten Town's kind of establishments, you kind of assume that things like this happen quite regularly. So it's more Jackal's cat, if anything, that's given them.
Yeah. But it's still following.
Yeah. Cool. And you have to cast it every hour.
Every hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when an hour's passed.
Cool.
I'll say you've been in. I would say it's coming up to an hour where you've been in, you've walked, you've had the conversation, you've followed Spellex. So you're probably reaching the 50-ish minute of that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just be aware of that. And I'll say as you are walking away, so I'll ping the map where you guys are, just so you kind of keep a clear idea. So I'll draw a little square again, where you guys are.
Yeah. Little
I'll try and do
square.
it in another colour, so you guys kind of can understand where you are. Blue and blue. So Spellex's abode is roughly here. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Y'all.
So you're not far off from the town, from Divesta Shane's house.
Yeah.
Where was this pub he was on about? Because I say it's just going to be dead set on finding that.
So the North
We've
Lock
been there
is
before, haven't
actually
we?
the one you stayed in, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, was it the one where we saw the bar?
And you would know that,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I would know where that is.
Yes, you would know.
You
Okay,
just be
yeah.
polite.
Make my way there.
I thought he was being polite. I would say...
I'm
Go on, carry on.
I'm gonna head to the town speaker's house. I think it's been about an hour or so. Shall I meet the rest of you at the tavern?
Do whatever you want, big guy.
Yeah. No.
I'll make my way.
Cool.
90 degrees, just...
So Sentry,
Bye.
you're walking towards the Shane's house again. The rest of you, Bryn Shander is up to you. Obviously, I'm guessing, say you're on the way to the Northlook.
Yaha.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'll be going with. And when we go in, Oakland's going to be looking for like a corner table or something a bit more away from people in general.
Okay. So we'll go to Sentry first because he'll get
The
there
shady
way
corner.
before you guys.
Oh,
So Sentry, you turn left basically through one of the side streets, and you're familiar kind of open area where the market stalls are. It's quite busy at this time. It's middle of the day. It's kind of getting towards duskish time as time's getting on. And in this campaign, obviously at 12 noon, that's where the Frost Maiden takes and claims the night. So it's getting towards that time of day. And you kind of like see the dark taking over the skies, and you walk through some of the merchants' places. They're lighting lanterns and they're getting ready for kind of the night shift, or a few hours of night that they stay open for. As you walk towards the Divester Shane's house, you can see the familiar door. Yeah, you can carry on.
yeah. Not if we knocked on it last time, knock on it. Otherwise, head on it if it looks like it's open.
Okay. Do you try the door or do you want to knock?
I'll try the door.
Okay, so you try the door. It's locked, so it
Yeah, knock on it.
doesn't work. It's kind of a bolted handle. It's like a circular handle. You kind of undo it, and, as it were, and kind of like it just doesn't move.
Yeah, give it a knock on the side and who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I've got it. Where is it?
What are you trying
I'll
to
knock
find?
on the door, and I'll also exclaim, Earl, are you in there?
Oh.
So you're knocking on the door and you're saying, "Earl, are you in there?"
Yeah. Earl the butler.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you knock on the door.
Yeah.
You wait. About a minute passes. Thereabouts, 30 seconds to a minute. There's no response. 2 minutes pass. Nothing. And you kind of get the feeling that when kind of the sheriff led you out, there may be other underlying business to attend to. And some hours tend to be out of hours, especially at dusk. So possibly get the idea that there otherwise could be adjourned somewhere else, or it could just be taking a while for them to answer the door. So, I mean, do you want to wait, or are you...
I'll pick the lock.
Okay. Make a... Have you got a tinker tool? Have you got a pick one?
Thieves tools, baby.
Okay, have you got a check for that, or a dexterity check? It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm a do what I've done I think once before now in the past.
I think so, yeah.
And finger will click back and the different set of tools will come forth.
Yeah. It's quite a simple lock. It's one of those very
Oh,
old-fashioned...
nice.
Yeah, very
20,
old-fashioned circle and kind of like line. It's kind of like a square and a circle meet. I don't know what it's called. It's a keyhole. Yeah. Because there's different types of keyholes, but this one's a very basic one. You see in all fantasy games.
Nice. Yep, 20.
Okay, so you go in, you put your finger in, you kind of like mess around a little bit in terms of like the mechanism and trying to figure your way around, and you find the latch and it opens. Yep.
Cool. And I'll just twist the handle to open it.
Okay.
And
Kind of opens with a bit of a creak.
and step inside if anybody's there that I see ahead, but otherwise step inside and close the door behind.
Okay. Currently, there is no one in this room. It is a very familiar room with the 3 hearths blazing quite nicely. There is nobody in there currently.
Cool. I'll go and take a seat in the waiting area.
Okay. So you just sit down? Yeah. So you just
And I
sit down in the waiting area? Yeah. So there's these 2 kind of like really beautiful seats, just kind of like adjacent to each other, opposite, with a lovely little table in the middle, made of oak. And you just sit in there, and you just
and
Sentry. He just breaks into someone's house to sit in their chair.
and I'll just go into the low power, long
Okay.
rest kind of mode, waiting. Obviously, omnipresent as always, but just wait to see if Earl or any other comes in.
unfortunate
But otherwise,
person comes and sees a weird place. That's fine.
yeah. I'll just be there. Yep, just in
Okay,
the.
okay.
Did I sit? I can't remember. I don't think I've sat on the furniture before. And
You haven't, no.
I'm not sure. Did it look like?
Thank you for telling me.
it-
Yes, it does take your weight.
Okay, cool.
It's very cushioned. I mean, as a warforged, you don't feel a lot of kind of softness
The
against your skin
comforts,
and things
yeah.
like that. But it seems bouncy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'll just sit there and
Yeah. Hands on lap, really awkwardly. You're just sitting there in the middle of the room. That's fine.
Had to do it to him.
The rest of you, just GTA zoom back out and in of the rest of the party. Who's up front? So Saya,
Yes.
you see coming possibly about maybe 50 to 70 feet away from the Northlook. You can see all sorts of people going about their business, kind of people shutting up or coming out for the evening, doing all sorts of different bits, all shapes and sizes, and you kind of see. Oh, actually, make a perception check for me. See what you do see from this distance.
I sure can. 7.
There's 7. Okay. So you see from a natural 1. I mean, you carry
Smell,
on
baby.
complacently, and then about 20 seconds, maybe 15 seconds after, you hear, "Sia, is that you?" From probably about 10 feet away.
I look around to see who.
Yes, and very obviously, walking up to you is a very familiar small dwarf shield maiden, Lynn Trollbane. As she
Oh.
whittles away through the crowd and kind of pins you out over the crowd, waves her arm up in the air.
Hey.
She's like,
Hey, it's Flynn.
well, hello. Let me get the accent back. Hold on 1 second. That is not her accent. 1 sec. Well, I never.
Reset.
Hello there, Sia. Well, it's fancy seeing you.
What are you doing here?
But I need you. Where's the rest of you?
Well, we're all here, except for Sentry, who's gone off to do
Well, just
Sentry things.
stay here. I need to speak to you all. Matter of urgency. She kind of looks around, a little bit skittish for Flynn, more so than anyone. You've seen her quite composed, but this is more, skittish.
Have we ever seen her like this before? Because obviously she was a little bit like that after the attack in Targ.
Yes,
Yeah,
you've seen bits of this, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of catch up with Saya? Do you all kind of gather around, the rest of you?
Yeah,
Or
we'll
just-
get
Yeah, yeah.
around because we'll probably recognise her and give a little trot over.
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
where is the rest of you?"
Oh, it's just us at the moment. Sentry's gone gallivanting.
Oh, that does not surprise me. Right, just come in. I need to speak to you all.
Yeah, and I'll.
And she
Follow
walks
them.
towards the Northlook. Do you follow her?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys make your way towards the Northlook. Where you were going anyway. Kind of walk through the doors. And you see the familiar open space of the Northlook, music playing. Kind of you see the jolly folk of the Bryn Shander clashing a few tankards together. Let me just bring some atmosphere into this. One sec. Cool. Okay, so you walk in, and you basically see the kind of the whole of the atmosphere is quite great around here at this time, especially with all sorts of different kind of yeah, people coming in and out. Nothing's really changed since you've last been here. Although immediately Hlyn leads you past the right-hand side towards where you guys stayed, and underneath the kind of like trapdoor, kind of like gives a wave to Scramshax, and the way he goes, I'm just taking them down. And he kind of goes, that's fine with me. I'll catch you whatever you're doing. And kind of gives her a wink. You see that on the walk past, yeah? Do you guys follow her?
Yep.
Okay, so you kind of suddenly walk towards the trap.
Do you want to look around though,
Okay,
by
yeah,
the way, for any shifty looks?
Make a perception,
Any
if you like.
anyone that's like got a keen eye on us walk into the hutch and
Yeah, make a quick
an 18?
An 18? With an 18, you kind of like... There's a few patrons kind of tucking into their first ales. They kind of give you a bit of a look. But it's more of a like curious kind of like hello, rather than a kind of like what you up to kind of thing. It's like, oh, hey there! Like kind of a very like gesturing moment of kind of embrace rather than a curious.
Cool.
Okay. Do you guys do anything as you're following Hlyn?
Oh.
Okay, so you make your way down the familiar hatch that goes towards the basement area of the rooms of this establishment. And Hlyn kind of turns you around and goes, right, you've probably been aware of what's going on, am I right? He kind of looks at all of you individually.
There's a lot going on, so it depends what you're
I'm
asking.
talking about that monster the other day. You saw it, right? The whole town's talking about it, Wheelash. You can't deny that it didn't happen.
Well, I think the last sort of monster we saw was at the Dwarven Mountain. But that was last time.
Right, well,
Well,
I'm talking about the one down in Bryn Shander here that flew over. There's a lot of scared folk around talking about it and where it came from.
Right.
when did this happen?
Well, it happened a few days ago. Probably about 4 or 5 days ago now. Probably a bit longer. I can't quite put a pin on it, but it definitely happened recently. But that's the first problem. The second problem, and she kind of like goes towards a door, one of the doors that are kind of like in the far side of this corridor, so you have to walk all the way down and turn left. So you stayed on numbers 1, 8 and 6, I think, on the front. This is like all the way down at like number 10. And she kind of leads you to the door, and she kind of like undoes a few kind of makeshift locks and kind of like swings the door open. She goes, well, I bet I should explain this. There's a merchant, right? You'll meet him soon. His name is Thazor Wyvern Master. Now, he is a tinkerer of the land, and he's going to help you with this thing what I was going to tell you about. But he found this wee lass on the plains, on the tundra of Icewind Dale. And she creaks open the door of this small room, 10 foot by 10 foot. And lying on the bed, semi-conscious, you see... And bear with me 5 seconds.
Five,
Oh.
4, 3,
The new
2,
character.
1.
Yes!
That was.
Charlie, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, you see before you a water genasi with light green skin and dark, long green hair that billows as if she is underwater still. She's quite slim, slightly small, quite young. She does carry around a staff with her, but it is on the floor at the moment. She has shimmering tattoos on her face. And she has bright blue eyes and wears very modest, basic robes, but that match her skin colour.
So you guys see this as you walk open, as she opens the door, kind of like cautiously looking around and peering, make sure no one's looking. You kind of look in and you see this figure just lying on the bed in front of you. Not kind of on the side, you kind of see a side angle, but she's kind of semi-conscious, coming out of like a groggy state.
Saya kind of mumbles to himself. Okay, I relate to that. And he just kind of like squeezes into the room.
Yeah.
So what's all this about then? He's half tired himself because obviously it's been a long journey.
Well,
Also,
go on.
before you carry on, could you put the name of the merchant in the chat?
Absolutely. And
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Definitely needed it.
I would love to
my
see your
God.
first spelling of that, to be fair.
It wasn't
wasn't
anywhere
that.
close.
Thazor Wyvern Master. Hey.
Okay, yeah, carry on. Sorry.
She kind of like turns towards you, Sarah, and says,
Oh.
"Right, well, you see, Thazor saved her. He's a tinkerer. He kind of like plays around with all sorts. He's a far distance cousin of mine. He's much younger than me, much more handsome as well. But nevertheless, he found her on the plains and saved her and brought her here. She has no ticket. She doesn't really have any civilianship here. I'm not sure where she's from, so I hope that you could help me out, if anything."
So you just found her in the middle of nowhere. How did you get her in?
Well, Thizzer saw something in her, and apparently she's really kind and generous. But we snuck her in under the. He kind of has a tarp over his cart with all of his goods, and luckily didn't get seen on the way in.
Says, going to look at her, kind of like eyebrow raised, kind of like, you got any useful talents?
Creek is gonna sort of not really understand what's happening and what she's waking up to. But she's gonna look back and go, I don't fucking know. Have you got any?
Yeah, touche.
And she's gonna sit up,
You said she was
sort
nice
of
and
rub her
generous.
eyes, and look around at you all and go, hello. I don't really know what's going on here. I was out in the ice storm, and now I'm here. Can someone tell me where I am?
The thing where the people to really ask. You should ask Len.
Well, lassie, you kind of, I tried to speak to you earlier, but I think you're a bit subdued with all the frost in your mind. You're in Bryn Shander, part of 10 Towns. Do you know of 10 Towns?
I've heard of it. That's where I'm supposed to get to. That's where I've been trying to get to. So I'm glad I made it.
Well, you seem to have found yourself in a right pickle here, because you've got the best of the best standing outside the door here. And, if there's anyone to babysit you or look after you while you're here, these are the guys.
Babysitting might be a bit much. I mean, you know. I just needed to get my adventurer's legs in me. It's the first time I've been somewhere this cold before.
Whereabouts are you from, me lads?
The Misty Vale.
Oh, Misty. Oh, that's a few weeks, never a month's travel. That's quite far away.
Well, I've been going out on my own, spreading the good word. My kind, we worship our patron, and when we're of an age, we go round and spread the good word, and that's what I'm here to do.
By good word, I hope you mean mead and ale, because that's what I speak.
Amen.
Well, I don't mean that. I mean peace and harmony,
Oh,
and
that too,
making
that
sure
too.
that.
I mean, we're all about peace, aren't we, everyone? I look
I'd say
at you
it's
a very
pretty
side,
peaceful.
like, come on, look. Especially to you,
It's
Jackal.
gonna do like one like awkward cough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go get myself a drink. I'm gonna get acquainted. I need to settle some business with Scram Shacks. I need to, say thank you. And in the shortcomings, I will introduce you to the merchant I mentioned. I've definitely got something upcoming for you, and trust me, this is gonna be worth your while. And she kind of like starts to go. Are you doing anything as she leaves?
No.
Have my arms crossed, looking down at the new girl.
Yep. Creek, you see a bunch of
New
misfits hanging around this bed that you've been recovered under minus sentry. Obviously, it's not there. So you see a half-orc. You see a halfling. Actually, no. Do you know what? I'm going to get you guys to
Fucking
describe
call me an
yourself.
orc again, I dare you.
Right.
Call me an orc again.
Half-orc. Right.
Call me an orc
You
again.
see in front of you. First one, Jackal. Would you like to describe yourself?
So, in front of you do not see a small green midget. No, you see a smallish man. He's got quite sort of leather hide armor on him. He's got lots of sort of kind of utility belts, daggers. You see dual swords, but he is basically covered from head to toe. You cannot see any bits of skin other than through a small slot in his eyes where you can see piercing white eyes, just white, and a small scar going across. And that is what you see as he's leaned against the wall, arms crossed, just staring at you right now.
Preek is gonna look at him and just put her hands up slowly and be like, "Now, traveller, I mean you no harm. There's no need to be going looking at me like that."
I apologize for the look. It's the look I give everyone. I'm glad you're alright and that you were found. You've been described as a nice girl by someone we trust. I'll take Lynn's word for that. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Jackal.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Jackal, and thank you for the kind regards. I'm sure Eldath will bless you in your travels.
Thanks. You get a very sort of raised eyebrow, confused look from him.
Is that a food?
I did say I would say that.
You also see in front of you.
Actually, yeah. Can I say that?
Yeah, you also see in front of you a younger male human. Say, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. So you see, guy's about 5'11". He looks quite young. He has quite long black hair with sort of glowing orange eyes, and a small scar on his left cheek. Wears a long red scarf and trench coat. And you can clearly tell he doesn't really care what he looks like. He's got it like half undone. You can see like his armor underneath. He doesn't really care. He's holding a sword on his waist, in a sheath. And you can see, because he's got like fingerless, like, you know, like homeless gloves. You can see his fingers seem to be abnormally hairy.
Oh, and she sort of looks him up and down, and with a slight smirk, she's going to say, seems that you got a bit of a mouth on you there, sir. I think you want to keep it shut in case you're going to get in trouble.
I am trouble.
Oh, I can tell that.
It doesn't really make much difference. It just is who I am. It's not what I do.
Fair enough. Honesty. I like that.
He's just kind of like finds somewhere to sit, either like on the floor or like a chair somewhere, and just like maybe like if it's a chair, he'll like, you know, like a school kid would kind of just like lean back, like, you know, the teachers say you shouldn't do that, he just does it.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
screw it.
go on those legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't, you'll fall over and hurt yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can definitely do that. Yeah, you see this happening, and you do see actually just in a kind of door behind you. Jackal, did you bring Athena in, or did you let her outside? Jackal.
Yeah, she came in. Sorry, I muted my mic when I was
That's
meant to unmute it.
So
she came in.
round the
I
corner,
let her in and just sent her straight down.
just following Jackal, kind of like on the, I would say just behind, as the doors open, you can just see a jar. You can see a very large white crag cat. These are not normally tamed in the wild. In fact, they're quite vicious, like the wolves that you've seen and faced. They literally just hunt and prey and hunt in packs. To have one as a pet is very, very rare. Or you shoot as a pet, or is it just a random crag cat about to attack? You have no idea.
I'm just gonna get up and try and climb the bed a little bit and just sort of be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, Jackal, you see this?
Don't worry. She's friendly. As I turn around, Athena, come over here. Don't worry. Just stick your hand out gently and just slowly.
She kind of like does this.
Let her get a feel for you first.
She does the kiddie paw, like really slowly, like. and kind of goes on and nuzzles into your hand and kind of goes.
Oh, well, that's mighty sweet. I
Carries on,
mean,
Perry.
it's terrifying but sweet all at the same time.
You can see, in fact, some blood just stained on the chin. As you get closer and you nuzzle and you put your hand under and give her a scratch, and on your hand is just you don't know what it is. It's just it's there.
Drool and everything.
Oh, how sweet.
And she
I'm
kind of
just
goes.
gonna try and wipe it
Don't
on
mistake
the
her.
side of the bed.
Yeah, stains it a bit wet and misty coloured. You have no idea what this is, but kind of like walks back out and struts, tail flicking out as she does. Yeah.
Sassy cat.
And as Athena leaves the door, reveals a female character. Oakland, would you like to describe your character for me?
Yeah, so in the back, leaning against the wall, just watching at the same time. Very quiet. Is probably roughly the same height as Saya, maybe slightly taller if you count her horns in it. She's got not overly big, but like brown horns flicking back, long white hair, blue eyes, a scar over the right eye, and she's got very dark skin. So like sort of like an almond dark skin. She seems to have sort of like delicate but rough. So it looks like it was nice clothing, but it's been through a bit of weather. But she doesn't seem to be wearing a lot of winter clothing.
And you see this figure behind you,
And a little tail.
in front of her, and she's definitely right. The rest of the guys have walked in their winter garms, very hooded cloaks, whereas this female tends to be a bit underdressed, especially for the circumstances. But yeah, not feeling the cold, or looking like it anyway.
And on her tail especially, obviously in the eyes of itself, you probably see her as a tiefling. The tail just seems to be a skinned tail, no bump, like little indents, like no pattern, it's just smooth tail. Got
Oh, well.
literally nothing to it.
You must be quite acclimatized to this weather. I am envious of that, as I wish I could go out more than passing out and having these nice folks having to rescue me every 5 minutes.
But we all have our weaknesses.
It's very true. Weaknesses can always be used in an advantageous manner.
Exactly. I heard that you have a god. Do you mind me asking who your god is?
Oh, my goddess, Eldath, goddess of the singing waters, goddess of the green stream. She is peace. She is harmony. She guides me on my quest.
Looking
thing-
at is it Crete?
Creek.
Is she got any like medallions, anything like symbols? So I want to know if I basically want to know if Oakland knows of the god
Okay.
or goddess. Sorry.
Creek, do you have any obvious signs and symbols of your goddess?
She does have a very long chain with the emblem of the singing waters on it, but it's like a silvery. It's quite small, but it's in the middle, and then it's backed by a sort of turquoisey aqua stone.
Okay. I would say you see that on show because you've just described it, obviously. Make a religion check
John.
and read it out if you.
Natural 20.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
For this, because obviously of the new character, I'm going to let Creek basically, just give the lowdown of your god right now.
Eldath is basically one of the goddesses of the Misty Vale. That is where one of her main temples are. As she espouses peace. She is very much sort of mostly a goddess of water and environment. She is the main goddess of the tribe that Creek is from, who they worship in the main temple at the Misty Vale. and she basically is just very much peace and pacifism.
There you go. And that's, I would say, with this information, you have definitely read it in a text somewhere. Maybe one of those back of the books, kind of bookshelf, dusty books that you've just remember from your mind, just very vaguely. And these bits of information about the goddess and about the environment and about peace and love and harmony, kind of thing. And you kind of like resemble it as a good god.
She's going to slight up if she can. Move her necklace inside of her top.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Whose necklace? Creek's
My
or
necklace.
Your necklace. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to get Creek. Get rid of
That's
that.
away. I don't know. Do I?
We don't like that.
Creek's gonna subtly look at what Oakland's showing, or sort of revealing.
Yeah, it's more like just a subtle. Put a necklace in the top.
Make
so
a
it's not-
quick perception check, Creek, just to see what you do see.
So is it 19 or is it 11? I'm confused why 2 have come
Be
up.
the first roll.
So,
Right,
yeah,
19.
the way it works, obviously, you can do 2 because normally we roll with advantage, but obviously we take the lowest if it's a normal roll. Oh, sorry, the first one if it's a normal roll. If it's disadvantage, it's lowest. If it's with advantage, it's the highest.
Right.
So, you rolled a 19.
19.
Yeah. So with a 19, I would say that you've caught a glimpse of it, if anything. I would say that for you, this is very unknown, especially from where you're from. So you're not quite sure of the origins of what you've seen. You've seen very vague bits of the metal. You're not quite sure of the pattern inside, so it might take a little bit more to get to know what this thing is. But you're aware it is of a religion, and you're aware of that it's obviously something that Oakland holds dear and puts and tucks away. Nothing of further interest.
Creek's just going to take her arm and sort of cross it over and sort of nod to Oakland and just say, just because I have one faith does not mean I shall overshadow yours. I respect your faith and welcome it.
Different.
Oops, say that again, Oakland.
I was taking a drink. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll just give her a nod.
With that, would she also notice that all of us have a similar looking ribbon?
I would
yeah.
absolutely say so. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, with
I've got it on my wrist still.
With a 19,
Yeah,
you
put it on my arm.
do notice. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, thanks for saying that. With a 19, you do actually notice that all the party are wearing a familiar banded ribbon of clothing. You have no idea what from, but in various places on their person, whether it be on their wrist or their arm or wherever they've placed it. And it's just like friendship bracelet kind of thing.
She's just going to sit up a bit more and sort of point round to the ones that she sees and say, are you in some kind of club or following, or are you just the best of friends?
Not quite. It's
I'd say we're good friends, and this was given by another friend of ours, just not in the way that we hoped.
yeah. We'll go with that.
Oh, I'm sorry for your friend.
Listen, she's still with us technically, and I'll just go like that, and I'll give it a little rub.
Okay.
My fiddle.
The genie pops out and then she's back.
Okay. I mean, the room is yours with this end number 10 room of the corridor of underneath the Northlook Inn. Are you guys doing anything?
Says kind of rock back to the chairs upright again.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what about you? Well, I'm gonna get smashed. So and then he walks out of the room.
Okay, you walk out the room. Yeah, you see Saya leave the way you came.
I'd like to just ask you all whereabouts you are all going. Are you from these parts? Are you adventuring around? What is your meaning of being in 10 towns?
Would I hear this before I leave the room, or is it not?
Make a quick perception check on your way out. So I assume you've left the door, so you're just hearing through a corridor.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see if
going.
you do.
Find out.
Some of us are just. I'm not around these parts, but we will have to earn a living.
I understand.
To put it
just
bluntly.
here to explore a bit more around the towns and spread the good word. I mean, if it would be all right by you, I would appreciate some slight escorting. I mean, I don't know these parts, and I've already proved slightly useless in the weather. I mean, it'd be useful to be around some comrades just for a while.
I was going to say, can I insight?
Yeah. Anyone who wants to see what that's about, yeah, make an insight check.
Natural 1 and a natural 20.
Natural 1 and a natural 20. Oakland, you have no idea. This story is just a
What's she
story.
talking about?
Buck or Jackal.
What?
So you like kind of look into her and the way she's saying this, and you kind of look at her eyes and the way she's sat up at the moment and kind of like righting herself and coming around from this groggy state. And you can tell wholeheartedly that this person is absolutely telling the truth in terms of the fact that the way she's saying things and the tonality and the hand gestures used. She seems like a very nice person. Very trustworthy.
Well, Creek, I don't know if maybe the gist was implied or whether you're just smart enough to figure it out, but literally only a few days ago we lost a dear party member of ours, so I'm sure some extra hands, as long as you can pull your weight, I wouldn't say no to it.
Well, I appreciate that. I can be as useful in a fight as I am with a little bit of healing. I would appreciate just to be around some people and not be on my own. I've been on my own for quite some time now, and I do miss conversation, and I do miss just the chatter of people, so I would greatly appreciate tagging along. I mean, I sense the despondency and upset of your friend's passing, and I mourn for her in my own way, and I would not look to replace her. I would just look to be an extra addition for your party just for now.
That's very kind and respectful of you. Creek, did you say, boss?
Yes, my name is Creek Arundel.
Yes, that's... we all appreciate that very much. I mean, there's still one more person you're yet to meet, though, and at the end of the day, the party runs by group decision, so as much as I say yes, it's equally down to everyone else.
Just a quick warning, though, before you meet our final party member.
Of
He's
course.
a little different than what most people meet every day, and he can be a little forward, so just take it easy with him.
Well, I mean, we're all
They're
made
like
in the great creator's eye. I mean, I'm different. I've seen a lot of people who haven't seen my folk around these parts, and none of them treated me mighty kind, so I'm always open to others.
Welcome to our awfully colourful party.
Well, thank you very much, child.
Oakland, make a history check. Very quick.
History. Ooh. Okay. There's a 12.
12. With a 12, it's just about.
Yeah.
Water Ganassis, or Genasi, depends on what you say it. Realistically, not really seen around Icewind Dale. You haven't seen many.
Well, seen many, do you mean seen any?
Any. Yeah.
Whatsoever. Very, very rare.
Would I've seen one in my lifetime?
Yes, you have. Passing, not so much known.
More from where I used to live.
Yes, from your hometown.
Okay, cool.
But this is a very long time since you've seen a Genasi. Of any sort.
By this
Great
time, I'd
question.
say I got onto the bar button.
Oh, go on, sorry, what was your question? Just before we finish that. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Oakland would think this immediately. Have they evolved in any way? Like, any changes to their... no, the biology or anything?
Make a perception check. I mean, why not?
Oh, skirt off!
It's just like full on just fish before, right?
just a floating water elemental. No.
Did
Yeah,
you say
like a void bug looking
Squirtle?
thing, like,
That is the best.
Yeah,
Just has a flower on his back.
Just Olaf.
That is fish people.
23!
23, nice roll. So, yeah,
Freak
you
evolves
kind of like got to look up
into...
and down, and you realise that, like humans, water gymnastics have different features and different, like, characteristics and things about them that aren't that easy to kind of like dissect if they're evolved or not, but you'd assume so.
Yeah. Creek is evolving!
Dun, 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 dun.
Meanwhile, Saya, you walk up to the trapdoor towards the back end of the room where Scramshax kind of like keeps his wears and tears. So you kind of see this smaller room again, very similar to the ones you've stayed in behind or seen behind the Blue Clam, and kind of like stacks of shelves and barrels. This is where most of the food and drinks are kept. But you walk through past the door to the main area to grab a drink, and you kind of see Scramshax on your way past. And he goes, "Hello, I remember you. Hello there."
Again, can I get your finest whiskey for tonight, sir?
Finest whiskey. I mean, that's going to cost you a little bit for finest.
Hey, I've had a long week.
Okay, do you want the bottle or do you want a drink? Which one?
Just give me a drink.
Right, no problem.
now.
Kind of like goes down underneath and kind of like shuffles through here, clangs of bottles, and kind of grabs one off the side and goes, oh, I'll give you a bit of this one here. It's called Fox Red. Hold on. Kind of pours it in a little shot glass and goes, try that one.
How much will it be, sir?
Oh, just try it. I'll tell you after.
Alright.
Haven't we had that one at Vernon's, by the way?
Yeah, it sounds
make
familiar.
a history check.
I'm not
Yeah.
there.
I remember it being
I'll
a
tell you after.
Okay, actually, no,
1,000
yeah, you're right,
gold.
you're not there. Actually, no, yeah, just make, because you say would know this. Make a general history check.
I got a 7.
Got a 7. You have no
I'm
idea.
getting the worst rolls right now.
You have no idea.
Yeah, no, he doesn't remember these kind of things anyway, so that's pretty in character. He just kind of has a look at it, and go, it's kind of familiar,
It
but
twigs
whatever.
a little thing in your mind and goes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then he just
Takes it back.
fall down.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I will. I remember this is the first thing me and Jack were doing. 15.
As it goes down the back of your neck, you get a slight sting down your throat, but then he's basically taken over by a beautiful caramelized taste mixed with a hint of mint. You've had this before
Yeah, well, okay.
at Vernon's bar, and you were drinking
Vernon.
with Salvation,
Vernon.
and this is where Salvation threw up. Oh no, who? Yeah, Salvation threw up.
Yeah,
on
she got really
Yeah,
drunk.
stranger.
yes! Oh, yeah! Oh my god, yeah, I made her do a drink, didn't I?
Yes, this
Well, a
is the same
couple,
drink.
actually.
I go, oh, I have had this before.
Well, you kind of know how expensive it is, then.
Yeah, how much is it?
Well, if you know, pop the gold on the table, or you can, owe me later. I don't mind. I'll take
Well, how
tabs,
mu-
remember?
Would Sarah remember how much it was?
Not with that roll.
Can you just tell me how much it was? I don't remember, man.
I tell you what, as a Scramshack special, if you don't remember, you can just owe me later. All right?
Fine. In that case, just give me another one.
Yep, no problem. Kind of go, boom, takes the top off and pours it into a small flagon of another empty one and just passes you it along. Yeah. Takes the old one back.
Yeah. Yep, I'll do it again. Do another consultation.
Yeah, make
saving
another
throw.
concentration down through. Cool.
14.
Good to know.
I'm a fit because that's 2 shot.
Yeah, you feel okay. They burn
Really?
and they taste great, but yeah, you're fine.
I think Thea's just gonna sit there. He's like, you know what? I want to go for something cheaper. Just give me a pint. Is that so worth it? Now that I'm starting to think about it, I don't want to make stupid
Well,
decisions.
hold on here. You said you don't know how much it is, so it could be quite cheap in your eyes. But I can get you a pint.
You-
Yeah. I mean, we got our special black ale if you still like that. It's up to you.
You just said it was expensive.
Well, I could be lying. Who knows? Scramshacks doesn't know anything these days. So, ale. We've got the black one. I'll pour you a pint of that. And he kind of like starts pouring this pint of black ale that I think you had last time. Kind of like pours it out of this kind of like keg, fills up the tap, and then slams this metal tank in front of you and goes, right, I'll just take that as an IOU again. Writing these down, kind of gets
It's gonna get in debt.
kind of gets this thing and just writes it down. Yeah.
Like, he just chunks it down.
Meanwhile, sitting to the left of you, with a monocle and balding head, and a beard, white scraggly beard, a short dwarf is sat up on a wooden kind of like stool right next to you and kind of gives you the monocle eye, just kind of like looking straight at you. Not saying a word.
I think at this point they will he's a little bit buzzed. It's 2 shots and a pint.
He's not drunk, but he's feeling good.
Yeah. I think he's not exactly a big bloke, so he wouldn't really be able to take it. So as soon, I think would I say notice this?
You absolutely do, because he's very there, like to the left of you,
He's
like
got-
less
oh.
than 2 feet away.
Oh, all right, okay. So it's just kind of going. What? It's getting a little bit like. What do you want?
Well, you can take that down, you can't you? I admire your drinking. I admire it. I do. But
Why, thank you. And he just kind of leans against the bar and.
Scram Shacks, give me another one of them. He kind of like gestures to another red fox.
Actually, got this. I could use it as a prop.
Absolutely. So he basically points at the bottle of Red Fox and goes, Scram Shacks, how about another one of them for him? Go on. Scram Shacks kind of looks at him back and goes, well, okay. I mean, it's going on yours, but okay. Pours that and down on a metal tank. It throws it your way, passes the old one back. Goes, looks like you got someone who likes you around here.
Seems that way. Well, this was for me, right?
Oh, it's for you, yeah.
Okay. And he whacks it down.
That's my boy. Kind of like adjusts his monocle and goes, we'll get on just fine, me and you.
I guess I'll have to do another constitution.
Yes. Every drink you take constitutes that.
I didn't do a constitution for the pint of beer. I guess I'm just constantly doing
Yeah, don't worry
that.
about that just yet. It's just shots.
Okay, fair enough. 23. God damn!
Really good rolls,
holding
mate.
it tonight, baby.
The good rolls are coming in
Great
when
rolls.
I am a
drinking gets
fucking.
around.
The night is young.
Very young for you, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like
down.
looks towards you and goes, what's your name, boy?
Sayer-esque.
CRS, eh? That's a shot in the dark name. Who gave you that?
Myself.
Right, well, I'm Thazor. Nice to meet you. You come here alone?
Ah,
No, I'm with some friends. They're sorting out some business in the other room. I got bored.
It's right now in the other room. Do you... He kind of looks at you a bit sheepishly and goes, do you know Hlyn Trollbane by any chance?
I might do. Who's asking?
Well, she's a cousin of mine. She says to look out for
Oh.
a wild group of weirdos, but I'm sure that matches your description. Not weird exactly, but can drink, I can tell you that.
Can I do an insight to him saying him saying he's a cousin,
Yes.
just in case?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Insight check.
Inside roll.
24.
24, yeah. From what you can see through your partly glazed eyes, you can tell he's telling some sort of the truth.
Okay.
In fact, with the 24, he's definitely telling the truth. You can see
Okay,
right
good.
through him. Yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to double check, like a double gang or something.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't fucking know in this campaign anymore.
He's like, just to put it in this kind of perspective, a very like wise uncle, if you were. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of someone who's very friendly and just lets you in, kind of that feel. You can trust him.
I've been here once before with the party. I've known Helen since I've been with the party, actually.
Hey.
Quite a while.
Well, I'm sure you're looking after her and she can look after herself. She just parted ways not long ago. I think she's gone to get something. But I'm proposed to help you. That's what I'm here for.
What exactly are you going to do? Help us?
Well, as you probably know, in the cargo wing chute downstairs, we've got a bit of a task for you. And it's going to give you a wee bit of money. We can give you some gold, hey? But it's quite risky. It's because we have been contacted by a higher source. You probably know about this dragon or beast or whatever has been flying around, right?
I have seen it, yes.
Well, you're going to go find the source of it. Kind of stares at you and just gives you a smile.
Saya just kind of like stares at him for a second, just does like a little grin, goes, alright, and then just like takes a huge swig from his drink, like, yeah, fuck off, kind of thing.
Well, if you don't believe me, we're soon to find out because I'm coming with you.
You got any special skills then, little man?
Aye. Well, as far as getting there, I can get you there like poof. Well, I've been coming up with a slight wee little contraption, which I'm dying to try out. It's probably the second time. The first time was with a sheep, but I didn't see him again. But the first time, I'm sure it works.
Well, if you're into machinery, you're definitely kind of like one of our party.
Party? What do you mean by
Yeah. Well, one of our party members is... Well, he's not organic. Let's just go with that.
that? Organic? You mean he's not real?
He's
You're
real.
not organic.
Look, what's Luke saying? What's he saying? Okay.
Carry on.
Well, he's real, but he's not, flesh. Organs.
He kind of like puts his fingers together and kind of like thinks in his head a moment and goes, "You mean like a walking metal man kind of thing?" So you see.
Pretty much spot on.
Well, funny enough, I've made some of those.
You've made some...
Aye.
Right.
Cool. Well, I class myself as kind of a tinkerer, but mechanic or engineer, if you were. But I find weird things and put them together in magical sources, and aye, that's what I do. That's why I'm here, to sell my goods and wares. But that's what I specialised in many years ago.
Well, have you named any of them?
No.
Because ours has a name.
Why would I name them? I make them.
I don't know. Ours just has a name. I'm just curious, okay?
Well, I'm very curious to meet him, or her, or it.
Honestly, I don't really know what it is.
Anyway,
And then he's just gonna go back to drinking.
I've got a proposition, and I want to taste my new invention out on you. Or on your party if they're interested. Well, I suppose Helen's probably going to get you into it anyway. So, yes. How would... Just imagine, and he kind of like really stares in uncomfortably, gets very close to you. Imagine it...
It's just like...
Yeah. Imagine if you could appear anywhere in an instant. Like that.
I mean, isn't Journey, like, off of it?
Well, I've came up with all sorts of inventions, found many contraption of alien wares and strange things on my travels, and put things together. And just so happens I was looking for a power source, and I found one, just buried under the rock, somewhere in the tundra. And not only did I find that, but I found a live person as well, which I'm sure you've met. Anyway, I'm trying this out, and if it works, I'm sure it will, probably should get you to where you want to be in an instant, without harm.
They're not harmless.
No. Well, I can't promise anything, but it's worth a go.
Suppose. As long as we go one at a time. I don't want any merging or anything like that.
No, I tell you what. Let's talk about it to the rest of your friends. I'm sure they're downstairs, is that right?
Yeah, I think that'll be a good idea.
Right, I'll wait for them. We'll GTA over, back to the room. Just having general conversation. So, just kind of over general conversation. I'm guessing you guys have made nice over that time and just kind of had general chit-chat, is that right? Or are you doing anything in particular?
I think just getting everybody's names and sort of having a bit of a chat about what they've been up to.
Okay.
20.
Are you guys just staying there for the majority, or are you moving away
I
from the room?
will end up making my way to the pub to grab a drink.
So I would say, just for ease of time, you will make your way out of the room and slowly make your way towards the bar area.
I would assume we probably would have been there for about 10 minutes.
In the bar area?
In the room.
Oh, in the room, okay. So I would say you've had your small conversation, and I'm then basically making your way up back to the trapdoor towards where Scramshax is.
How long would have that been, roughly?
So it would have been 10 minutes. So I would say just towards where you're walking out, your egg starts to...
Yeah, I would have recast it.
Yeah, I would say that's fine. So I would say the rest of you go up towards Scramshax, whereas you take about 10 minutes and then join. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, that's
Yep.
fine.
Just to recast, I would have done it having conversation.
That's brilliant. Jackal, are you making your way up to Scramshax?
Yeah, I'll go up, and as I go up, I'll just quickly walk Athena outside, and I'll get her to sit outside, and I'll say to her, "Now, girl, don't cause any trouble. If you see Sentry, then make sure to grab his attention." And then I'll give her like a little fuss, get her to sit or lay down, and then I'll go back inside.
Okay. Yeah, you give Athena a sentry position for Sentry. That's fine.
Yes.
So as you do this, I would say you see Jackal walk past while this gentleman is speaking to you.
Fair enough. Was that during our conversation?
So
or
this
just
is
at the
literally
end?
towards the end of this conversation now you're having.
Okay.
So do you say anything as you see him? Is what I'm saying.
No, I know what he's doing. I've
Okay,
seen him
that's
do it several times. I'm like,
And this guy's kind of like breathing all over you with his alcohol breath, kind of like just trying to get you interested in his inventions at the moment. Meanwhile, Sentry, you hear a dropping of cups and plates and a metal twang, bang, clang, 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 on the floor behind you. As you turn around,
Hello?
you find a halfling, not Earl this time. You find a halfling, kind of like butler, dressed up in finer robes, kind of like a top knot, black top knot, and kind of just staring straight at you like...
I was really hoping it would be Earl. I'll just, I won't stand up. That usually has a bad effect on people that are startled.
Who are you?
I'm Sentry. I'm here for my meeting with the speaker. Is she available?
You mean Miss Shane? Miss Shane left a while ago. Who are you? Sheriff? Sheriff! You kind of like start shouting louder.
Are you getting the? Does the sheriff know where she is?
Sheriff! He kind of runs off.
I'll let myself out. I'll just go to
You just
the
hear
door.
a little patter of footsteps like...
I just stand up.
Okay.
I'll just leave.
Yeah. Do you close the door or open the door? Be specific, otherwise I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I open the door.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Yeah.
And head off.
Yeah. Sheepishly, as a robot does, like he's done nothing wrong, straight through the now darkened, lit streets of Bryn Shander, kind of like walking very briskly, I would say, into the middle of the town centre. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Sentry will just like, no meeting then, just close the door, like really just calmly start strolling towards.
Okay. Yeah, you just start strolling. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And no, I'll just head to toward the tavern.
Okay, so you'll start making your way towards there. And I would say probably in this time, Athena, after about I'd say 2-3 minutes of her being outside, starts to walk over towards you, Sentry.
Oh, hello Athena. Are you not allowed in? Okay.
Kind of rubs up your leg, gives you a kitty rub.
Come on, I'm sure they'll let you in. It's cold out here. Come on. And I'll just give her the usual scratch and hope that she follows me in.
Like, I was half expecting after I went, wow, he just goes, roll your cock.
Inside joke. Right, yeah, she kind of just stays by your side. If anything, she just stays there and just like walks with you.
Cool. Wicked. Just head on in. If it looks busy, then I'll have a look to see if I can see where anyone is.
Okay. As you enter, Jackal, where are you stationed? Just as you left Athena.
Excuse me.
I went back in and sat down. Willow and Creek sat down together.
Yeah. So I would just say for this moment, Jackal has left Athena outside. The rest of you have made your way up. Whereabouts in the tavern would you like to be? In fact, I can throw back up the map for you guys, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Just in case some of you haven't seen it before.
I wonder who.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, what? Who would have not been?
What's this? There's a map. Oh, what you looking at?
We then took a break.
3, 2, 1, go! We're back! I'm not going to say it. Right, so we find ourselves kind of panning through the atmosphere of the night. And I'm going to leave it to you guys if you want to do anything extra towards the end of this evening. As you all are kind of doing different bits. So the evening is yours, the Northlook is yours.
Creek would like to finish her adult juice.
Juice is finished. Yes, you can.
And sort of feel a little bit strange and a little bit giggly, and not really sure what's coming over, as this would be her first consumption of alcohol.
Creek,
So,
as you try and move away from your chair, I would like you to make a quick dexterity saving throw.
dexterity.
That one, you die.
Okay. A 2.
A 2. So as you swivel around and go off your chair, you go, right, I'm ready, and then you fall flat on your back, and poof, the whole of the world is going around and around, and this is pretty heavy.
He's running the adult juice.
I'll immediately go to help her up.
Okay, yeah. You get this halfling just scramble up and grab you by the arms and kind of helping you up to the best of his ability.
And
Thank you.
In your head, Creek, almost out of nowhere, you hear a voice, and the voice is familiar. We need to keep a low profile. I suggest you stay off the adult juice, and we go find you a seat somewhere quiet.
And then she's just gonna sort of look at him back to say what she's saying, but in her mind to him, but doesn't realise, and just sort of is like.
So yeah, Jackal, you get this awkward silence as you've seen before, like staring at you like.
And she's just gonna sort of whisper and go, "I'm speaking it back to you."
Hey, again in your head, you hear, just keep your voice down. We're gonna find you a seat, and we're gonna get you some of that nice water again, okay?
Oh, okay. I want to go to my room. I want to go to my room.
Let's take you to your room then. And
Thank you.
I'll do
I
that.
pull out Jackal as he's walking away. I'm not responsible for this.
Speaking of which, are we all gonna be sharing as before? We're now one less for the space.
Are you saying this too, sorry?
Oh, just in general.
Well, he's by Jackal at the moment, helping Creek up. So Jackal and Creek.
Oh, okay.
Sentry, you would
Okay.
near the back end of this. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah, perhaps speak to the barkeep sentry and see if you can maybe get one extra room next to Creek's room. I'm not sure if we'll all fit in one.
It's just gonna be like, people can stay in my room.
Yeah, you put it where Salvation was. I'm sure Willow will be down in a minute. I'll get Willow, and I'll start heading towards Willow.
Yeah, you can do that. So you start making your way towards the north side of the tavern with the raised platform where you once saw Lucin perform his song.
Yeah, making my way.
Down.
My way.
Jackal and Creek, are you heading back towards the bedroom area or the underground basement bedding situation?
The bed where I was, like where I've been.
Yes, that's where you came from the escape hatch.
Yeah, just want to go back to there and sort of be talking, not to Jackal, but like out loud, as I'm thinking I'm talking to Eldath, and just being like, I had the best day, and I met nice people, and I was trying new things. And she's just sort of like just speaking out loud, but she's talking to Eldath.
That's fine.
As soon as your voice goes that like little bit too loud, like that little octave loud, then I'll just go like shh, shh, just to get you to like whisper it again.
And she's just gonna go shh. And she's gonna go, I'm sorry.
You see Athena just behind you guys go.
Look like chloroform, so like.
Athena's just like kind of like confused to what's going on. Yeah, she's just...
While I've been in the little room, what's Fazor done with the egg? Done anything?
He's literally going around it with this kind of like makeshift tinkering tools. He's kind of like tweaking and trying to take bits off it to test it, and he's doing all sorts. I mean, you don't really know, but you can see he's really trying to understand it.
Further investigation with the book. Obviously, I did read it through, but is there anything else I can pick off of it at all? Anything like any secret?
Make a quick investigation check or Arcana check if you wish, and we'll see where that gets you.
It's got the Arcana, was 17.
17, okay. Good to know. Do you carry on reading this throughout the night? Just a question.
Until a reasonable time that I would usually
because it is, I mean,
head off to go meditate.
It's still roughly about 3 o'clock in the afternoon while this is happening. Like, it's nowhere near bedtime. Right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can.
Well, I'd probably get all my books out, including the one that I got from Cumbers. Willow, no.
Yes.
I just read through all the books, but if I can try and find it.
Is it the one you got from Malcolm? Was it Malcolm? Is it?
That's it. Yeah. I will do that until my meditation.
Okay. Yeah, you can spend the whole day studying, just really intensely. Yeah, I'll let you have that roll. Okay, cool, no problem. And you kind of just get the odd mumbling to himself while Thizzle's just kind of like going over it, like, what is this doing? He's kind of tinkering with the top, trying to bend it and break it, and it's not doing anything. And then he kind of like looks at your hovering disc and tries to shift it at one point, doesn't move. Like
by now, it would have probably dropped.
Yeah, I would say that.
So it would just go plunk.
Yeah. At the point he's kind of tinkering with it, he kind of goes, and he goes, I didn't do that.
It's fine. My spell ended. Carry on.
I don't really understand new tapes, but okay, let me carry it. Hold on. And he goes, what's this doing? He's kind of like tinkering around with the keypad and trying to figure it all out. Yeah, he's spending some real time on this. Yeah,
careful with all the goop inside. It kind of froze.
I realise this, and I've heard of.
Unless you could chip it away.
I've heard of things like it, and it's frozen. I can tell, but it looked like some kind of life force was in here.
It was something I've never seen before. Some sort of monster.
Well, you did say slippery goo or whatever you said earlier. I can definitely. Yeah.
It was interesting. While you're looking at that, actually, if you find anything that's like a hex, anything sort like a gem, can you let me know?
Why? I've got no need to steal anything from this. I'm just interested now.
Oh no, because I did try to look earlier, but I couldn't find it. So if you do find anything that's like that, just let me know, because I couldn't find it.
I will try and not get locked in, but I'll try.
Thank you, and I'll carry on.
Okay. It kind of like fusses the cat as he's doing it.
The cat won't bother him anymore. The cat will probably come sit near me, sort of thing.
Yeah, you can see the time he's taking with the cat. He's kind of bonded with it a little bit, like he's playing with it, throwing like a.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I thought he's bothered.
No, he's like throwing like little bits of like paper and parchment just over thing, and the cat's kind of like nudging it over, and yeah, it kind of like got this little bromance going on.
Awesome.
For a fake cat, anyway.
Fake out, yeah.
Yeah, the rest of you.
I'm gonna be heading back.
Okay. You can definitely do
What do
that.
you know?
So, Sentry and Oakland, I would say, for the majority of your time, just to ease up the night and the save of brevity, what would you like to do until the time to settle down?
I'll just get to where Oakland is and just move inside the curtain. The new girl, Creek, I believe she'll either be staying in the quarters where you had first found her, or she may be placed in Salvation's stead within the room. Is that fine with you?
I don't mind. I'm up majority of the night, so it doesn't.
Good. Well, I'll go and watch. Rest up.
I'll be finishing off here. Rest a few hours. I'll
You're
assist
cutting
you
out.
further.
You were cutting out. What was it?
It's Mike. Shit!
You keep not looking to the side, but
No, because I have to look at the screen, man.
well, move the microphone. There you go. Not talking there. Maybe just hold it. Hold it like a microphone. Like,
Yes.
I said.
No, I will study here for a little bit longer,
Until
I'll
time
rest
of rest,
up.
yeah, that's fine.
and then I will assist you, Sentry, with looking around.
Okay. What would you like to do with, towards the end of the evening, what would you like to do with your compadre Fazil? Are you leaving him to it? Or are you leaving the egg with him? Or are you taking the egg with you?
I'm taking the egg with me.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
That egg ain't never leaving
I'll just
me.
say, for the sake of it all, you kind of like, you obviously study your book, and Fazil's just having a look around this egg, and he kind of gets to the end where he goes, right, it's getting on a bit. I'll probably see you bright and earlier tomorrow, if that's all right, with the rest of you.
Yes.
And this place is quite nice for my experiment, actually. I've asked Ramshax about trying to find a place to do the my new object out. So we'll do it here.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. Well, I'm gonna be off to bed. I'll catch you bright and early. How's that?
Yeah, of course. See you in the morning.
Whatever that means in this place, but hey, let's go. And he just waddles off to the similar direction to where Scramshax is. Kind of gives him a wave as the whole tavern is kind of slowing down at this time. And anyone who is up, I'd assume the rest of you guys are making your way, if not already in chambers, in bedding chambers.
I'd assume so.
Jackal, yeah, Saya and Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just doing your thing. Would you like to do anything in your rooms while you've got time? Are you doing anything?
Is Creek in the room on her own, or is she in with other
It's
people?
completely up to you. So you've got a room by yourself where yours is number 10. And I would say that Jackal and Say, you see the two rooms that you were in before are still vacant. So you can choose. They're 10 feet by 10 feet, so you can fit a few people in. They've got one bed per room. It's a single bed. So some of you might have to sleep on the floor, but it's up to you.
That's fine. I'll just go to the. I'll go to the previous one. Just like I'll say just go something familiar.
Yeah. Cool.
As I help Creek into a room, I'm gonna say, look, we normally all stay together, so it's up to you whether you want to stay here on your own or come with us. But if you do stay here on your own, my advice is you keep this door shut and locked until we come knocking for you in the morning.
Okay,
have,
thank you.
Sentry and Willow will normally keep watch, so they'll be able to listen out for things.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind to me. It's been a long time since someone was this nice to me, so thank you.
It's no issue. You're helping us, so we'll help you. Just keep your head down, like I said, at least until we're out of Bryn Shander.
No, of course. No more adult juice.
No more adult juice.
No. Thank you. And she's just gonna go and sit on the end of her bed, sort of with her back to the door, and hold her little amulet and close her eyes and just really, really, really concentrate, and hope to hear Eldath's voice, and just to ask her, you know, are these? I really hope these people are safe and that they're good, and you advise me where I'm going. I'll go where you tell me.
Okay, you can definitely do that. And as the night kind of winds down and the tavern becomes pretty much empty, besides the odd drunk patron that's fell asleep on the floor or drunk, or the odd night shifter that's just come off from a work.
In case it comes up for it, Fraser, I'm just positioning myself downstairs at the stairway entrance for the corridor, so I can have sight on all doors and just sentry mode myself for the night.
Sentry mode, so you're like a lampshade. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll go into the old room where me and Sal stayed.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. You can accommodate yourself as you wish. You've got 3 rooms, one of which has been taken by Creek, one of which is taken by Saya, and there's a spare room free.
I'll go in the one with Saya, and then
come on in.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Push top and tail.
And as you kind of guys kind of calm down for the night, and you find yourself, some of you drunk, some of you not, falling to the blissful land of Nod, you all find yourself having peaceful dreams this night. No disturbed sleeps, unless you are Sentry or Oakland, in which you see the odd patron coming through. Left, right, and
centre. Oh, who goes at object? No.
You see the odd
Where do you think
Sentry,
you are going?
Sentry, at some point through the night, you see the drunkard stumble down the stairs, hold himself, go, no, I'm in the wrong place, and kind of makes his way back up. You assume this is harmless, and doesn't really catch any attention.
I just be the eye to him.
Yeah, he kind of, if anything, he'd probably shit himself because of you.
Yeah.
But, you all find yourself in the dusk morning of Icewind Dale once more, until you hear Sentry running down the stairs. Right, it's morning, let's do this. And you see running down the stairs with his monocle intact, a very chirpy dwarf, Thazor, running down.
Just from the darkened corner, then power back on and step out towards him.
Are we ready? Are you awake? Do you sleep?
I believe if we knock on the others' doors, they should be awake.
Right, come on then, let's knock. Where are they?
I open the door.
Yeah, you all wake up at a similar time. Yeah, so.
Already awake.
Oh, good, right, okay.
I'm not sure which door Crease is, I don't think, though.
You wouldn't know, no.
So I'm just going to knock on every door. Then.
Okay. Yeah, you knock on all the doors, yeah. You get kind of a grumble from some of them, like, ugh! Kind of like, and then you get nothing else, but yeah. One patron opens his door, you see this kind of ginger-haired human go, what time do you call this?
Cree, you're different.
No, I'm no. And he just shuts the door.
Next.
Yeah. The rest of them are empty in terms of what. And then you get towards the end, and Creek, you hear a knock on the door.
Hello?
You sound much more like Creek. We're preparing to go. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, she's gonna bag up everything that she's got and get her walking stuff and open the door and go, I'm ready.
Just so you know, Creek, I'm going to let you know this one time for this campaign. You don't own any warm clothing.
No, that's fine.
You're going to die!
A simple bag I had.
Yeah, but
like,
where you're going could be cold, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
okay.
I fully understand. I understand.
No, I was going to say, we would have seen that she wouldn't have had any warm
You
clothing
wouldn't,
on
yeah.
her.
So I'm going to give you this chance. If you want to, you can.
Okay.
Do I still have mine? I remember my cloak
You
getting stolen, but do I still have all my
version.
other stuff?
Yes, you have a version of a winter clothing. Yes.
Cool. I'll probably be outside, and then as soon as I see Creek, sorry, I will pass it to her to use.
Okay, so you see Oakland
Bit
pass you this
tacky,
tattered patchwork woolen cloak-esque coat. Very thick, like whale blubber.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you. Thank you so much, Oakland. I'm just gonna put it on and sort of go, how do I look?
Extravagant.
Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly.
Make a
Deception
check. Unless you mean that. I mean, it's up to you. Creek, I mean, you know for a fact she's lying. Just out of general. I mean, make an insight check. You got to get higher than 3, but I'm gonna guarantee you're gonna.
Yeah, she's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know she's lying. You kind of like
She's
get the coat
gonna
and you think,
Bye.
Yeah, she's just gonna sort of she's gonna be really proud of herself because she's got a coat, and that's exciting for her. And she's gonna sort of look down and be like, and then just sort of walk to the others, be like, well, I like it.
It's okay, Krieg. I think you look lovely.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
Deception check.
I just stick my middle finger up at Jackal.
So, as you see this very excitement in Thazor, he kind of goes, right, I'll meet you upstairs. Auckland is where we were yesterday. Okay, right, be up there. I've got food ready for you.
Okay.
I hope he hasn't bought food for me. That would be a waste.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, we can save it.
Okay. Come on, let's not dilly-dally. And just head straight up.
Yeah, you head straight up. Is everybody following?
Yes.
Okay. Just remind me, Jackal, how you've woken up and how Athena is, just so I can set the scene for this. Are you guys groggy?
Yeah, so Athena would definitely be groggy. I'd probably actually be a bit groggy as well. Having to sleep on the floor, sort of laying against Athena. Bit achy, bit groggy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably be trailing behind everyone else, just trying to wake up.
Jackal's physique this morning doesn't look so ready, but he's ready. As you see, the rest of you follow one by one, suit by suit, up the stairs towards the now kind of empty-ish North Look, with the smell of sausages and bacon, and breaded meats, and all sorts of different nice breakfasty smells, eggs and things. As Scramshax goes, right, he goes, sorry, accents. Okay, I need to get these, don't I? Right. He goes, right, so I've got your food up there. He seems really ready to go, you know. But just close the curtain, okay? Remember that. He says this as you all walking past.
Yay.
So do you
So-
make your way all up one by one?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Sorry, I'm just trying to position this thing. As you make your way up by one, he's got all sorts of meats and fruits and all sorts of breakfast materials ready for you in the morning. And he goes, right, you better eat up. We got a big day ahead of us. And as you're eating, he kind of goes, right, are you sure you want to do this? Because Lynn's asked me to do this, and darn it, I'll do whatever she asks, but if you want me to get someone else, I can.
Well, I believe we're all prepared and ready here and know what's ahead. The only thing I ask of you is, you said that you may have some things to possibly help us. If you have them ready now, then that may be good. Otherwise, when you're able to, we may need all the help we can get.
I'm sure if we get out of this alive, which I'm sure we will, there's not going to be any trouble, let's be honest. I'm sure I can sort you out. It's one of those things where, kasser, su kasser, it's a Elvish thing. But
I correct him. I speak Elvish.
You can correct him. Why not? Let's roll with this. Yeah.
I speak. What would I roll for that?
Nothing. You just can correct him. You speak Elvish.
Oh, can I just correct him? Oh, hell yeah! I go
yeah.
wherever it was.
Yeah. And he goes. Right.
Question is, have you ever spoken Elvish round me before?
No.
No.
I cocked an eyebrow.
The first time I spoke a different language was when I shouted at the orcs when they attacked.
Yeah.
That was it.
I cock a very I cock my head.
Yeah. This
going,
is you all hear this. Yeah.
I cock a doodle
It's like when someone speaking Spanish. It's like when someone speaks Spanish but actually speaks French and goes, no, it's brackets, and you go, what? Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so you hear.
He's cultured.
Yeah. So
We thought he was just a homeless guy.
you all finish your meals.
I
Full
was going to say,
bellies.
if there's anything spare, Fraser, that looks as though it can be like bacons and things like that can be rationized,
Okay.
then I'd collect that to pop as spare, as I know that everyone, if they end up running out, would then need some.
Okay. You can collect as much as you like. What are you just gonna put it into your satchel and just carry it with you? Pocket bacon.
Yeah, just pop it in my left middle pouch where I had the.
You can add 3 rations to your inventory. In that case.
Radical.
No.
Worth of rations. Okay. So, as the food is taken away, and you see this kind of small round wooden table with small stools. You've been in here before, some of you, obviously Oakland the day before, but you've been to the opposite side, which you first you first experienced paralysis for the first time. You shut the curtains, and he places a white cloth on the desk, and in the white cloth, unravelled, is a small cylindrical device with loads of cogs and like a transparent centre with a glowing blue gem. And he places it very delicately in the middle. And he goes, that, my friends, is how we're going to travel. And he looks at you and goes, are we all ready? Now, disclaimer, if you die, you die, but if you don't, we live. That's great. So, right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna bump Apollo away so he doesn't go poof.
Okay, so he kind of like starts tinkering with like the cogs and gets a slight tool out, and you kind of see it go. Is anyone doing this? Is he's preparing this device?
I'm not an expert obviously, but I'm gonna watch the arcane nature of it to make sure nothing goes wrong, and if I notice it, I will warn him.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But the arcane side of things, because I don't know the mechanic
just to see what you think.
I'll just have a look round at everyone, how they're looking.
That's a fair
and
enough roll.
keep an eye on Creek, see if she's looking as though she's still probably excited for the adventure kind of thing, or
yeah,
Creek's gonna hold at seeing this, get a little bit nervous and instinctively go and try and hold Jackal's hand, and then just kind of go and sort of like prepare for what's about to happen, but still excited, but a bit like, I don't know what's about to happen.
Okay. And he goes, right, when this thing goes off, we need to be at least 5 feet away, so we need to be really close. So get your big cat in. Come on, kitty kitty.
I can just imagine Athena, still kind of tired, just goes over.
Absolutely right. She goes up and goes, like really confused.
Yeah.
And
we all just gather in like
you
on
see him.
top.
You see him kind of like tinker with it, and then as soon as it kind of goes, and kind of looks up and he goes, "Here we go," and he goes, and this thing just pops, and you see at the top of the cylinder this kind of like small veil of like greyish material just kind of shimmer over this blue stone as it kind of like a lava lamp kind of trickles down, and you just hear a very small kind of as it's throbbing faster. And looks and goes, I hope you're all ready. And he gives everyone like a really creepy smile with his monocle and goes,
I'm like thinking of that one part, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
And at this point,
probably getting really bad flashbacks from this.
At this point, you see, have you ever put your hands on like one of those, I can't remember what they're called, those electrical, what are they called?
Yeah,
You see sparks come out of you, literally just touching everything around. It goes, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh!
Hey.
Very good.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Everyone else in the
That
bottom.
was very interesting. And welcome to the Dungeon Delvers Creek, also known as Charlie. How are you?
Yay!
Hey, good to know.
Good.
We're
That
all
was very
friends.
good.
I know.
Hooray, we're all friends.
What a
Creek got drunk, made some friends.
Drinking
told
friends.
us
A lot right
we're
now,
friends,
actually.
and
Check.
Yeah, very much heavily assuming we're all best friends now.
Well, it's
So gonna kill Creek in the next episode.
But thank you
And
everyone
that's it.
for tuning in. Obviously, go and visit Dungeon Delvers with a Z on Instagram. Visit obviously this channel because you watch it on YouTube. Go and give us a like. Go and give us a follow. Do all the nice stuff.
Do
If
it.
you don't do that, fuck you. No joking. Just do it because otherwise I will set Jackal's cat on you. Seriously, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.